Hello, this is Elizabeth Ross, and I'm here to give you all the definitive answer on whether PL vs PW has any plot holes. I haven't played the game, but I can still do a better job than those hacks Lady Sky and Miles Edgeworth.copy did. Let's start with Emma's disgrace of a video. Emma's first plot hole discusses how ridiculous it is to have a suicide in a teen-rated game. Except it's not a plot hole at all. How does he know Capcom doesn't want teens to commit suicide? Sure, they'd be killing off their fan base, but think of all the press they'd get. And as the saying goes, any press is good press. It's obvious that Capcom wanted to influence the deaths of thousands of their most dedicated players, probably to get those Mega Man fans to stop whining about the company mistreating their most famous and beloved series, Street Fighter. Next, we have a more well-known argument: how did nobody bump into the hidden bell tower when it was right in the middle of a freaking town? Answer: hypnotism. For clarification, hypnotism and the shades to it is basically the answer to all plot holes as well as almost all of life's questions. So how was the bell tower able to stay hidden? Because of hypnotism. Who shot JFK? The shades did it. Why are there so many plot holes in this game? Because you were hypnotized by the shades to think so. It's not like anyone can prove these answers aren't correct, and that automatically makes it true until a better explanation comes around. It's the same flawless logic that allows us to state definitively that Elizabeth is the god of this world, because it's the best explanation we have. Checkmate atheists. Emma's third plot hole deals with Layton and the crazy fact that his hat always stays on his head, no matter what happens to him. Luckily, I have the perfect explanation: the hat was hypnotized to stay on his head, or the shades did it, or something. Bam. 3 solid lines of reasoning is all I need to destroy your petty argument. Number 2, which is definitely a number 2, asks why the shades don't leave any footprints. Obviously, the townspeople were hypnotized to not see footprints and shadows cast by invisible objects, just like they were hypnotized not to see shades or pitch black, and hypnotized to not remember their past, and hypnotized to not notice when shades re-entered society, and hypnotized to stay standing while unconscious, and hypnotized to all wake up at the same time after fainting, and hypnotized to not notice any time lapse after regaining consciousness. See what I mean when I say hypnotism or shades are the answer to everything? The fact that you can't understand this just further illustrates that you were hypnotized to see plot holes. Lastly, Emma questions how Birdley got a parrot of all things in medieval London. Well, guess what? The shades got it for him. Or he doesn't have a parrot and everyone was just hypnotized into thinking he did. Got a counter-argument to that? I thought not. Now that I've completely obliterated Emma's entire argument, it's time to move on to Miles Edgeworth.copy's very German view on the game. She thinks that Phoenix and Layton were drug addicts, and that the happy ending of the game is actually a very sad one. Hiding the plot holes, I mean machinery, behind a pitch-black cloth is symbolism for trying to hide one's plot holes, I mean problems, behind drugs and hallucinations. Kind of like how we hide the problems of this game behind cop-out explanations like hypnotism and, wait a minute. What are you talking about, self? Hypnotism and the shades did it are the greatest explanations of all time. In fact, that's what German Miles theory needs. More hypnotism. And more shades. It is only then we can truly say this theory is accurate. And if you don't agree with me, you're going to burn in hell, because I'm God and whatever I say is truth.